Hi, I'm Paul Keoghan from GK Tuition, and in this video I want to talk to you about differentiation. So the question I've chosen to go through is 2017 Paper 1 Question 3 Part B. In this question we're told that f of x is ln 3x squared plus 2. We're told that g of x is x plus 5. We're asked to get f dash g of x when x is 1/4. So get the derivative of f of g of x when x is 1/4. Clearly the first thing I need to do is actually find f of g of x. Then I can get its derivative. So if I know f of x is this, f of g of x, well, instead of the x I've just subbed in g of x. So that means I'm going to rewrite the right hand side of this line, except everywhere there's an x, I'm going to sub in g of x. My g of x being x plus 5. So instead of ln 3x squared, it's ln 3 times x plus 5 to be squared, and then I've got a plus 2 at the end. So that's my f of g of x. But before I differentiate, it's going to make life a lot easier if I simplify my bracket. So if I multiply out my bracket, I'll leave the 3 for the moment. X plus 5 by x plus 5 is x squared plus 10x plus 25. And I'll have a plus 2 at the end. So I can further simplify this by multiplying the 3 by the bracket. 3 by x squared is 3x squared. 3 by 10x is 30x, and 3 by 25 is 75, plus 2 is 77. So I know that my f of g of x is ln 3x squared plus 30x plus 77. Okay, so that was just simplifying down, and now let's consider how I get the derivative. So I want to get the derivative of this, f dash g of x. Okay, so you should go to your log tables and to the differentiation page. In the log tables, it tells me that the derivative of ln x is 1 over x. So it's the derivative of ln something is 1 over the algebra. Ln of algebra is just 1 over the algebra. So the derivative of ln of this is just 1 over 3x squared plus 30x plus 77. Okay? But remember, I always tell my students, once you've done what it says in the log tables, often you then have to multiply by the derivative of the algebra. So the derivative of ln x is 1 over x. But the derivative of ln of all of this, it's 1 over all of this by the derivative of the algebra. So I now need to multiply by the derivative of the algebra. So I want to get the derivative of what's in my brackets. The derivative of 3x squared is 6x. So the 2 comes in front. 2 multiplied by 3 is 6. And the power of x decreases by 1, so it becomes x to the power of 1. This is 30x to the power of 1, so the power comes in front. 1 by 30 is just 30, and I decrease the power of x by 1, so it becomes x to the power of 0. So the derivative of the algebra in that case is 6x plus 30. So now I know that my f dash g of x is 6x plus 30 divided by 3x squared plus 30x plus 77. So now all we have to do is take into account, they asked me to find it when x is 1/4. And they asked me to get it to 3 decimal places. So this is relatively straightforward. I know my f dash g of x is this, and I want to get it when x is 1/4. So I'm just going to rewrite my derivative, except everywhere there's an x, I'm going to sub in 1/4. Once I get to that stage, my top line will become 504, my bottom line is 1,355. The question asked me to leave it to 3 decimal places, so if I put that into my calculator, I get 0.372. Okay, so once again, I hope all of this made sense. The key to a lot of the differentiation questions is simplify first. Always simplify it down as much as possible, and then look at your differentiation. Okay, so if anyone has any problems with this, send me an email or let me know in class, and I'll try and explain it differently.